What up, YouTube? Good evening to y'all. It is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Um, we're gonna do quite a few streams tonight. We're gonna try to knock out two or three. Thankfully, I'm on time tonight. You know, um, definitely needed to do that for y'all. But let's just get into it. Let's just get into it and just explain what's going on. Okay, you have to listen to the real. There's no gimmick in it. There's no course, none of that, no seminars, no nothing. You're just getting it raw and uncut, clear and precise. Okay. Now you have to protect yourselves even more from dates. There was always risk with dates. Um, that's how your grapes, your essays, and um, Mewtwo's and all that stuff come about. Everything surrounding the date. It's a very, very risky game. That's not even with those type of things, you know what I'm saying? Like the investment and no return on investment. You automatically agreeing that the woman has higher value than you and you having to prove yourself to a woman. Um, all the while you may even be sharing that woman. Uh, today, today I got asked about a date after already seeing this all over the news feed about this woman suing a guy 10K for a bad date. I got asked today about a date. Um, of course, females come and go. I've had one resurface. They find out through the grapevine that you're back on the market, not necessarily back on the market, but just single again, and they want to shoot their shot. Right now, this never was female I was in a relationship with. Right, but however, she is going above and beyond to get in good. That's kind of going around with me lately. Uh, I had my ex on the outs. I acquired a concubine. Knew her previously. She was coming in trying to get in good. She was struggling, uh, wanting to see what was up, and I just gave her a proposition. I wasn't even on that. And it's about to be the same thing with this one. But however, y'all know my rules. Uh, it's not foolproof. Like I said, they can lie, but if you're not dating another dude, talking to another dude, sleep with another dude, and then if you make an effort into communicating to me, reaching out to me, then you can earn um, you can earn your dinner, your meeting, us going out. You can earn that. I ain't no problem with that. Somewhat reward and punishment, but definitely have to earn it. So the lady's been real consistent. Uh, when we did have dinner, the lady was offering me her food, offering me her drinks. Uh, she had brought me uh, some fresh produce she had received from, I think, a local farmer or something like that. She brought that to the dinner to give to me. So she was doing good gestures. Now, given they can act and put on a show, but since she done it, um, it's a plus, right? Very polite, So I don't know. Maybe she's been taking some classes or something, getting on YouTube herself. I don't know. Who knows? All right, but far different than what you used to from the average BW when you go out. Wasn't talking about herself a whole lot, asking a lot of questions, showing concern. So it's obvious she's been learning from somewhere and practicing. It's cool. Anyway, she asked me about that today through text. She was like, "Do you consider that a date?" And I was like, "No," because it came about based upon my program. Like I said, I don't date. And I explained to her that what I do is not like what the average guy out here does or what the average woman out here expects. Like, guy sees a woman, "Hey, how you doing? I'm such and such. Introduction. Can I take you out?" It don't go like that with me. You get an introduction, and then I'll let you know that I'm interested in getting to know you, and that once I start talking to you, I start letting you know that, like, hey, look, I want to continue to get to know you. Uh, I'm highly interested, but I'm not going to talk to you if you're talking to other dudes, sleep with other dudes, uh, dating other dudes. And I'm not going to take you on a date right off. I don't know you. You know, I got to get a feel for you and get comfortable. So she's been told this multiple times. So now, like I said, it's not foolproof. They come and they go. But for right now, as long as they follow the program, not a problem. Because I can disengage at any time. I'm not doing no heavy investment. Um, and also for the free and for the cheap. You know, y'all got that about 2 years ago, and I was dead serious about that. And I've been on that. Uh, my last girlfriend complained. She's like, "You don't date, you don't date." She just said that throughout the whole relationship because I drilled that in her head too. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that we didn't go out and we didn't do things and I didn't take her to dinner. It was a reward and punishment type thing. It was a treat you how you I treat you how you treat me. Yeah, I told her that. I'm telling just about every girl I come across that the one I'm working with now. I told her that. Like, I treat you how you treat me. So they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? They want that automatic entitled label of dating. They want you to be in practice of that, and they want you to say that out of your mouth as if that's what you're doing with them and toward them. And I just don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do that. You have to earn what I give you. So that's the key thing to this, right? This dude that got sued for 10K for a bad date, he didn't take the time to put the date off and do it the process the way we explain on here on this channel. Had he would have done some groundwork, he probably would have had broke the ice, got familiar with the chick, and got a feel for the chick's personality and character, and then could have decided would it be a good idea to go on a date with her or not. You know, Definitely gauging her to see if she would earn her date. So this automatic dating, see a female, "Hey, how you doing? You look nice," complimenting them, already putting them on a pedestal. Yeah, you exchange contact info, and the first thing is like, "Well, let me take you out." You guys got to stop that, man. These women, man, look, these women are strangers. They are strangers. They are adults. Based upon them being human adults, they qualify, especially for what they fought for, they qualify as equal. So you got to treat them like that. They're strangers. You don't know them. You don't know where they come from. You don't know their backstory. You don't know why they're single at the moment, whether they just had a bad relationship, a bad stroke of luck, misfortune, or that they've been running around fucking dudes over after fucking dude and lying about it, playing victim. All the dumb shit. You don't know. They're strangers. You don't know she's a nympho, a whore, thought, you know, uh, feminist, hates men. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for to have that conversation, that serious subject matter, series of subject matter, conversation to conversation for a week or two straight. You got to get in the habit of that. You got to make use of that. You know what I'm saying? You get mesmerized by the looks. You be in a rush to start trying to prove yourself. You start with this damn bullshit chivalry. You start offering up privileges, gestures, and all kind of shit before the woman even earned the shit. You know, and then you find yourself disappointed. Dudes is getting sued for all kind of shit dealing with these females, and this right here is so fucking far fetched and fucking retarded that you know it should be an outrage, but it's definitely a lesson. This is a lesson to all these fucking dating coaches, all these fucking dating coaches, and these guys that's preaching the wrong type of game and ism to you guys. Now I respect the game and the ism, but I'm not gonna bullshit you with the game and the ism. You know what I'm saying? And masculine frame and mowing through some shit. Like, what do these dating coaches have to say about this shit right here? What do they have to say? They didn't prepare you for this shit right here. See, they can talk all that dating coach shit. They can talk all these courses. They can keep telling you how to be a man. They can keep telling you to deal with these American women. They can keep trying to tell you, try to persuade you not to, you know what I'm saying, get into being a passport bro. They can do that shit all they want, but they cannot prepare you for the ever changing, diabolical, modern female who contemplates usage of the system and victimhood. They cannot prepare you for that shit. You live in a culture of, it's basically a den of thieves. Between the government and females, you're dealing with a den of thieves. And when I say them, because legally, they're about the only ones that can legally fuck you over. And nobody gives a fuck. And there's nothing you can do about it but opt out, avoid that shit. Be proactive, take preventative measures. These women think they're better than you. Doesn't matter what race you are in this country. The culture here, even if immigrants come in, eventually the culture here promotes men are evil, women are good, and women are better than men. And men have to prove themselves to women, and men owe women and have to listen and do for women and excuse any kind of questionable behavior or actions of women, like women have a special treatment factor like a fucking kid. You guys got to get that in your head. I have come to the light. I used to dwell upon that few little single digit percent of good women lingering out there in this country. I used to dwell upon that just for the benefit of the doubt and not to be running around like I got just I'm overwhelmed with red pill rage. But no, I it's something telling me that an extreme course of action has to be taken. And that is opt out and explore all other options and alternatives to disengage from this foolishness. Take your services elsewhere. We're not mad about nothing. We're not angry at nobody. We don't even want revenge. We don't want to bother nobody. We just want to get better, improve, find better options, and take our services elsewhere. These women don't care about you. They don't respect you. They're strangers. Like any other adult human being, you don't know where they come from and what they got going on behind the scenes. They've had, I'm not gonna go in the order that I listed. I put it in the description for a reason because it's better formatted in the description. Because I just can't, I'm not gonna run through all 10 of them, but it's self-explanatory, right? We'll reference what we can in the order that we can. I'll breeze through it. But my descriptions alone, when I lay it out like that, I don't even have to talk. Be honest with you. But the serial daters, they have become serial daters because they have become addicted to the nonsense as far as the dating process and how it developed and how it was practiced in this country for a long time. And they're just now getting weaned off of it. That's why you're getting all these different complaints about not being approached, not being able to go on dates. Uh, I invented the coffee date and the smoothie date. I did that shit back in 2020. That shit flew through the manosphere like motherfucking wildfire. Fire. I think it went into the white manosphere. And yeah, I said it. I invented that shit. Matter of fact, if you go back to some of Ramil's streams back in the spring or summer of 2020, you'll hear me, basically stating the fact that hey, I started offering coffee and smoothie versus dinner, and then I've progressed to fuck that. They don't even get that. They got to get on this phone and they got to talk, and I got to get a feel of them, you know. And if they want a quick initial greeting or something within a week or so, yeah, we can do that. And then from there, they can earn if I'm gonna take them to dinner or not, or whatever. But let it be clear too. I discuss yams and buns too. Oh my! I let it be known that yes, I want yams and buns. I have a sex talk. I tell them they don't gotta do nothing they don't want to do, and I don't rush them, nothing like that. But I'm a heterosexual man. I chose you based off attraction and looks, just as much as I'm interested in learning more. But I will not be withheld or rationed out yams and buns. When you do that, I'm out. But you do have the right to be comfortable and when you're ready for it, so long as the time frame is reasonable. I don't do 90 days either. I'm not doing 90 days. I'm not doing 90 days or no undetermined amount of time for some yams. I'm not doing it. They can play them games with somebody else. I will be fair. I'll be respectful, you know, and I'll be patient enough. But we ain't doing all that. Especially if they think they finna get taken here, taken out there, this dinner, that dinner, chivalry, chivalry. No, getting into that, these women have been spoiled. That's where the entitlement comes from because men probably almost over half a century from now just been offering them free stuff, paying for everything and offering free stuff, chivalry, dates, favors, opening doors, the works. I mean, the works, gifts, money. They've been used to the works and it's being pulled from them. And I wouldn't doubt that the woman suing this guy for 10K has not necessarily had a bad experience with this guy, but she's frustrated because of how the dating market has changed. She's taking it out on this dude. That's what I believe. She can't get what she want. She's probably been on a series of dates. Uh, ain't no telling how many dates she's been on, and she's not getting what she want. And this dude caught the wrath. You know, and that comes from being spoiled and entitled. We don't owe these women dates. We don't owe these women chivalry. We don't owe these women favors and gestures. We don't owe them money. We don't owe them any services. We don't owe them anything. They have to earn that shit. They have to treat you with respect in a certain way, approach you a certain way, and have to communicate with you a certain way. All that revolves around them earning what they get. You don't give it to them automatically, just cause none of that stupid shit. You just don't do that shit. You know, they're serial daters, they're serial cheaters, they're poly. I can promise you that they go on dates with other dudes. Other dudes are calling their phones. Other dudes are in their social media, in their messaging, in their inboxes. You know, they're sleeping with other dudes. They got a call up dude. They got a sneaky link. Even though they're single, there's some dude that can come through. They're friends with benefits, an ex. They're poly and they're cheaters. You don't have to be in a relationship to be disloyal or a cheater. And then cheating doesn't always involve sex. I gotta drill you guys with this shit. These women have had too much sex on top of that. They are not virgins. They have had too much sex. At 42 years old, the age that I am, you think that for one, that's one of the reasons why I have to have a reasonable amount of time for sex. I'm 42 years old. The average woman I meet in my age range, you cannot play with me with no celibacy and no withholding sex. Nobody's telling you again. Nobody's telling you to rush or do anything by force to be inappropriate with you, but you got to be reasonable. You know, you've had 2, 3 decades worth of sex, however many sex partners, all kinds of D, all kinds of dick sizes, and we're not gonna play them games like there's not a reality here. You know what I'm saying? There's not a awareness here. We're not gonna play them kind of games. You know, it's just too much, man. It's just too much for y'all to deal with. Um, well, let me go through this, man. Let's just go through the info a little bit. Let's go through the info. Okay, you are one of many men they're in contact with. There's no way around it. Um, Females aren't righteous. These females aren't righteous. They're not virgins. You, we know they're serial daters. You got countless women just talking about how they abuse the dating game, the game that was invented for them anyway. Uh, it got outlined and designed and put into the 19th century U.S. by a guy that was heartbroken because his woman, who he thought was his woman, was seeing other guys in the city in the early version of a modern woman, earliest version, and it was basically learned that you see other people, multiple people, and try multiple people out, but you just add to their abundance. Let me take you out. They already have an abundance mindset. They're already exploring their options. They're already being hypergamous. So you guys like to call it, I'll call it creep. That's what I call it. Woman goes on 100 dates. Says it plain and clear on the Steve Harvey show. Nobody in the audience, even Steve Harvey, had any kind of shame for her, any kind of correction. They just neutral all the way through the show, made humor of the shit. Shit's not funny. That's 100 dates of I don't know how many different dudes that wasted time, was disrespected. Shit was unfair to them. And they let this creature not go corrected that's running around out here in the public with that inappropriate social pattern. Very damaging to society. We're getting sued for dates now. Wow, man. And you got content creators now. Everybody's starting to use the word concubine. Like I started a trend a few weeks ago, man. I started a trend. Pay attention to these main content creators, bigger content creators, and gauge the time frames. Look at the time frames. Similar topics, similar subject matter. That concubine shit's taking off like a rocket now. It's always been there, but your boy brought it back because I've identified what's going on. There's nothing but concubines and 304s in America right now. These women are not virgins, and I'm gonna do a stream on that. Shout out to Ringo TV Raw. He finally said it, and I'm gonna follow up behind him. And I'm glad that man said what he said. And y'all need to go check that stream out. Only wives. The only virgins can be wives. Let me correct myself. Only virgins can be wives. Ringo TV Raw. He done a stream on that last night, I believe. Somebody finally has the guts to address the state of emergency, of the significance and the need and the return for a virgin. Everybody wants to say we're in 2022, virgins are extinct, long gone. Okay, that is true, but the thing is, that doesn't mean that they're not needed and that they shouldn't be here, and that wife correlates with virgin. It's hard to marry a woman who's done had multiple men, many dicks, dicks of all sizes. I'm sorry. This is why guys get married, get cheated on, wife sneaking out on them. You know, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm doing a stream on D, man. Y'all gonna respect the power of the D. Y'all gonna respect it. I'm telling you, you're gonna respect it. You know, a woman's only supposed to be a one man her whole life. She's supposed to be a virgin and she's supposed to become a wife and be married. She's supposed to be a one man. She's not supposed to open Pandora's box, eat from the fruit of the tree of good and evil. She's not supposed to run around and do this stuff. Now, they're gonna be able to do what they want to do based on society rules, but it's up to you to have a moral compass. Your protection right now is your moral compass. Your moral compass can line up with God, the universe, and nature, the natural order. That's your protection right now. If you operate within that, you are protected. You don't know where these women come from. You don't know. I ain't tripping off a criminal background. I have one. People deserve a second chance so long as they learn their lesson, they change their life. For me, you talking about over 20 years ago. So, who gives a damn what anybody has to say about my criminal background? That was 20 something years ago. I've done so much rehabilitation and being reformed, and I got credentials and everything to match. But what's scary is the fact that the backgrounds of what can be done to harm somebody that's not criminal, that's not documented, and women leave a wake of men in the dust. You guys better read the description, man. You need to like, share, subscribe, comment, and send this shit out. This shit need to go viral. And that description is lethal. It will spare you. And I will predict there will be some other nonsense they try to sue you for. Stay tuned. This is your boy Zulu Gullah, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, man.